Um, Back over here is a continuation of Marks.
Okay.
There's some Commodores in special colors like the green and there's a gray one down there, black, red, and then over to the left, I've got some pre-war American Flyer die cast. It's 3/16, but it runs on an O gauge. You know, there's the royal blue, but that's the O gauge version.
Yeah.
And then there's some more Flyer. This ambassador car set, which I call the Jeffersonian, is quite nice.
Wow.
It's red with dark red roofs and green air tanks. Just beautiful.
Yeah.
There's a mini ha-ha set behind that. I've got some more pre-war Lionel. There's the pre-war 3/16 passenger cars, the heavyweight Pullmans, and they're die cast. They're very heavy.
Wow.
It was pulled by a Hudson. And some more 3/16. You know, it looks familiar to a Flyer guy, but it's pre-war.
Yep.
And there's the number 3000 Illinois locomotive with pony trucks. That's really a neat locomotive. Some familiar stuff there.
Sure is.
Hiawatha is a beautiful set.
Oh, that's amazing. And this is pre-war. This is pre-war Flyer still, right?
Pre-war Flyer, yeah.
American Flyer lines, yeah, I see that.
Yeah, 1936 and 37. Same thing with the city of Denver. It came with the yellow cars, and then the red cars came behind a Hudson. But I painted a city of Denver M10,000 locomotive red to match, but I haven't put the decals on yet. Another project to get around to.
Okay.
And more Flyer, some Lionel. There's a nice 260E on the bottom with some 700 series passenger cars. The Mark diesels getting ready to have new hearts put in. I should take you over to the layout. I can show you the messy workbench on the way. I'm going to plug in some lights.
Okay.
Pardon me while I do that. We can see, this is mostly Mark's 3/16. There's a there's an S-scale kit car there put on Mark's trucks. And there's some of this is new Marks, some of it's old Marks.
Okay.
It's a double-sided shelf, so there's more on this side.
Wow.
The main feature in this room is the O gauge. And this is what you see on most of the Train Night at Dave's videos. And it's a big folded loop.
Okay.
And it's about 70 feet of track all the way around. And the size of the layout is 12 by 16.
Wow.
I'll just kind of sweep around the outside of it. This has been set up for about 25 years.
Okay.
And it's really served well. This bridge, I'll back up. This bridge is in a lot of videos, and it's actually made out of plywood. And if you can, I don't know if you can see, but there's layers of wood.
Okay.
And somebody built it out of scrap, but it's pretty picturesque. So we used it a lot in the videos.
Yeah.
Go back around the loop here.
So Dave, there's one thing when I've watched your videos over and over and over again on that curve right there and the one on the left-hand side, I just cringe as the engines come what seems like way too fast to make the curve. Have you ever had any go over the edge?
I've never had one go over the edge here, but I did lose a 224 right here. But it was a kiddo that got a little too close and snagged it.
Okay.
These are 054 curves.
Okay. So they're less sharp than what I think they are. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a mixture of 042 and 054 for the curves. Now on the inside layout, they're 027, but it's far from the edge. You'll recognize this station.
Sure
Pre-war version, yellow and brown. And then there's a tool shed, What's interesting about the tool shed in yellow and brown is it has the record in it.
Wow.
Isn't that weird?
I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Huh,
But
that's fascinating.
Found out recently. Yeah, it is. I really like the pre-war colors.
Oh yeah,
More Lionel, coal loaders. There's a little bit of there's an MTH gas station, but there's not much MTH. This area right here, there's a Girard station illuminated and an Oak Park behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Those are both marks. And then that diesel servicing station, you don't see a lot of those in plastic.
Okay.
I think it would be fun to make one of those in S gauge or S scale.
I'm not sure I've ever seen that section operated. Is that one that you run very often or no?
Not very often. I should, because it's a lot of fun. There's some plastic build. There's a Mark's factory. There's the camouflage tunnel that Mark's collectors really like. Coal loaders. There's the Lionel number 97 coal loader. It's really fun because the coal goes in buckets up to the chute.
Okay.
There's a log loader. And there's the other two. Well, I'm getting my numbers mixed up now. 258. No.
I was trying to think. I thought I'd seen it called the
Seaboard coal loader.
Seaboard coal loader. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's an interesting one for Mark's collectors. It's a gantry crane.
Mm-hmm.
It's basically the same as the freight car, except for it's on a die-cast base. It's really fragile, and it has wheels that you could roll on a track.
Wow.
And it's also illuminated. It's got a light at the bottom, but it's not really well known. It's a really fun accessory. American Flyer pre-war. There's the 45 switch tower, or 145. There's some more American Flyer. Mark's, Hafner station, Hafner semaphore. And up above is the HO scale. And it's a little bit in disarray, but there's guys that come over on Fridays that really enjoy running the HO, and they can bring HO to run. And it's really a fun layout. Again, it's a folded loop, and it goes clear around. I've used a lot of this as a storage area. One of these days I'll pick it up. And then up above is standard gauge.
Oh, wow.
And really focused a lot on semaphores and block signals and crossing gates. I really love those accessories. And there's a lot of them are American Flyer. You know, like these two semaphores are American Flyer. Those street lights are American Flyer. Let's see what else is Flyer. More semaphores. This green block signal is American Flyer. They also made it in red.
Okay.
This is an MTH reproduction of an American Flyer switch tower. And there's a lot of duplicate stations back there that make it look like there's more of a town there. But a lot of stations, more storage of cars up there. It's a little dark. You can kind of see there's some more standard gauge passenger cars.
Yeah, beautiful.
The Salt Lake Bridge. And I think right now there's a 381 Lionel on there, and there's a Lionel freight set. And I'll run that as soon as I get around to the other side.
Okay.
I think I skipped a little bit of the wall display. There's post-war Lionel up here. A little bit of MTH. I'm an SP&S fan, Spokane, Portland, and Seattle. And so when that comes along, I'm usually hooked. Like the MTH Challenger up at the top. It's a 4664. And I don't have a lot of the modern locomotives, but I couldn't say no to that. There's a really nice post-war Super Chief up here with the 736 Berkshire. It's, I don't know if you can see it up there.
Yeah.
But it's on that aluminum shelf. So that's a lot of fun. That's a really nice condition.
Wow.
Back to more post-war. Auto loaders, more war bonnets. This top space set is kind of fun. I traded it for a dryer, a clothes dryer, 1963 set. I've got all the boxes.
That was a good deal.
It was a good deal. And I'm not talking about an electric clothes dryer. I'm talking about an umbrella clothes dryer. So it was a really good deal.
Oh, wow.
These are all Mark's cabooses. And I've got them set on a rolling shelf so I can access what's behind it. And there's, lots of freight cars back there.
Wow.
Both Mark and Lionel. Then there's another, I think there's 25 different Mark's cabooses per shelf. So there's about 50 different Mark's cabooses. They're all different.
Wow. Amazing.
More new Marks. I think I have all the plastic Marks diesels except for the Pennsylvania, which is a light green. It just haven't found one yet.
Okay.
Can't have everything, right?
Well, it seems like you're getting pretty close.
Well, let's go over the standard gauge layout for just a moment.
Okay.
What really started me on the standard gauge was American Flyer. I was at York, and the very first American Flyer set I bought was the All-American, which is a red passenger set, and that got me hooked.
Okay.
These are all 200 series freight cars, and they're being pulled by a 281. The boom on that crane is really long, so I have to be careful with the speeds.
Now, do you also have another standard gauge layout besides this one, or no?
No.
Okay.
No, the one that you've seen on my videos belongs to Fritz von Tagen.
Okay.
And we were doing a lot of videos. I think we were doing probably 5 a week during the summer, just to entertain people and encourage people during the COVID time when they were stuck at home, and we had a lot of fun with that.
Okay, yeah, that was pretty extensive.
There's a second loop. This is American Flyer freight, and it's got a bell ringer. The locomotive is called a Shasta.
Okay.
The St. Paul style.
Those cabooses just seem enormous.
They are pretty large. But they're the same style as the O gauge. And once they got to 3/16, I think they got a little more of a handle on scale.
Mm-hmm.
I'm running this with a Z transformer.
Okay.
Do that. The reason I do that is it's got the high point on it's 24 volts.
Okay.
And a lot of your older standard gauge needs more power. For instance, a Voltamp standard gauge locomotive.
Yeah.
I can't hardly start that unless I have a 24 volt transformer.
Wow, really? I didn't know it was that high.
Yeah, they just won't move.
Huh.
So I don't know that you really get to view from this angle very often in my videos.
No, I've never. Yeah, this is fascinating.
There's usually a bunch of guys sitting right there in those blue chairs.
Mm-hmm.
And I've really missed that. We haven't met on a regular basis in almost a year now.
Wow.